Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Fitz TV here, aka G-Lauren33. I'm back here with another video, and we're going to be discussing Granola the Survivor arc. That is the new title for the next story in the Dragon Ball Super manga, right? I'm posting this video before Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 67, and in this video, I'm going to be speculating on what 7-3's role is going to be. Because if you guys didn't check out my video from earlier where I made the announcement about the new arc thanks to DBS Hype on Twitter, there was a little bit of a trailer. It was a short 30-second trailer, and it had, 7-3, and something weird was happening to him. He did survive the climactic battle with Moro. We don't know how, but he did survive. So I'm going to be speculating about what his potential role could be in this new arc and how that connects to Granola and what's going to be happening in Dragon Ball Super's next story. I will say this as we get into the video. I do like how this arc, the Granola the Survivor arc, it's directly following the events of the Moro saga. So it's going to be starting right after the battle with Moro. We don't know, if there's going to be a mini time skip in this arc, but it is beginning right after Goku's defeat of Moro, and I do like that. So let's speculate, right? So like I said, Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 67 isn't out yet, and based off the trailer, right, it was a short trailer that we got. It didn't reveal much, but it gave us enough to speculate a little. We don't know if there's going to be more details in manga chapter 67, or if what we got in the trailer for the Granola the Survivor arc, if that's all that we're going to see in manga chapter 67, and then we're going to see the true start of the arc in chapter 68. But what we do know, right? So I know people are speculating if Moro survived or not. I'm about 99.9% sure Moro is gone. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not really interested in seeing Moro, come back, right? He had some good moments. He wasn't a terrible villain, but especially after, they wrote him to be like a pussy after he was begging Goku for mercy in manga chapter 64. I was kind of done with Moro, and I was glad, very happy to see him get defeated, right? But I'm going to say, just because I don't think Moro is alive anymore, that doesn't mean he may still have something to do with this next arc. And I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. So based off the trailer, right, we saw Yumba, the big panda bear. He asked Jacko if 7-3 is really destroyed, right? And he smiles because the Galactic Patrol didn't check to see if 7-3 is really gone. So then the scene moved on to showing 7-3's remains at the battlefield, and then we see that some kind of piece jumped into 7-3's head, and suddenly his eyes start glowing. So let's try to go through this, a little bit slowly. So why would Yumba ask Jacko, if 7-3 still alive? Like, we do know that Yumba, Shirakumo, that was the small Galactic Patrol member, right? The one that Moro destroyed right before he ate 7-3. And we know that Yumba, Shirakumo, and 7-3, they were basically a group, right? They were a faction. They were part of Sir Gambo's army, but they would always do missions together, right? Terrorizing the universe, stuff like that. But so Yuma wants to know, is 7-3 really dead, right? Because he's the only surviving member of that faction. Almost all of his pals are already dead, right? Shirakumo's gone, Shiragambo's gone, and the rest of them were taken back to prison. So he asks Jacko, is 7-3 really alive? So he's definitely concerned, and wants, some confirmation that he's really gone. And we do know that 7-3 has Piccolo's, regeneration ability, right? Remember, 7-3 did absorb, or he copied both Gohan and Piccolo's abilities right before the battle started. I believe that was Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 55, I believe. It was either 55 or chapter 56. But we know that when Moro absorbed, or not, when he ate 7-3, he gained 7-3's powers, and he gained the powers of the people that 7-3 had already copied, which were Piccolo and Gohan. And Moro did reveal that those powers were his forever now, right? There was no time limit on them. So basically, right, when we go to the battlefield, after Moro's been defeated, we see a big crater, and we look inside it, and we see, a very small part, of 7-3 is still out there. We don't know how 7-3, absorbed, or survived the battle. We don't know. We do know that Ultra Instinct Goku destroyed the crystal, right? And that had Mirror's abilities copied. And that's not only separated Moro from the earth, but it blew him up because he couldn't take all that energy that was inside of him. So Moro is basically gone. He's history. He's done. But, remember, Moro was fused with 7-3 at the time. So how did 7-3 survive? Potentially maybe because he did have Piccolo's abilities copied at the time, he was able to survive and he was able to use those to kind of regenerate ahead. All right. And one of the key things about this is when you look at 7-3, you notice that there is a piece that falls into the crater where his head is. We don't know what that piece is. That could easily be a piece of 7-3 himself. We do know, based on what the trailer shows us, that when that piece attaches to 7-3, his eyes close and he starts glowing. So maybe this could be him regenerating. Maybe this could be him healing himself. We don't know. We do not know. But I know some people are saying, what if this is a piece of Moro, right? And maybe, this is a part of Moro's brain, and maybe 7-3, regenerates with Moro's conscience inside of him. We honestly don't know. This is just pure speculation. But, the two most likely things here is either this is a part of Moro's body that's being regenerated, or this is a part of 7-3's body that is being regenerated. So it's either Moro being regenerated or 7-3. I feel like it's more likely that it's 7-3 regenerating himself. But at the end of the day, we do not know. We don't know if we'll find out in manga chapter 67 or, they're going to make us wait till chapter 68. But let's go to Granola now, right? We don't get a face reveal, but we do see this Granola individual. He is tailing what we believe is the Galactic Prison, or the ship that is taking the galactic prisoners back to prison. That's what we believe is happening here. So basically, while Granola is tailing the ship, he's confirming to someone, and I want to say thank you to DBS Hype because he translated for us. He's talking to someone named Otto Mill. That's the name we got based off the translation. We don't know who Otto Mill is. We don't even know who Granola is, right? Because I don't recognize him. I've been rereading the Moro arc. I'd never seen this individual once. Maybe he is another galactic prisoner that was able to escape. We don't know. The only thing we know about this guy is that he has white hair and he's tailing this ship. So basically what I believe here is Granola is searching for 7-3. He wants to know if 7-3 is on the ship with the rest of the galactic prisoners. All right, and I guess when he finds out that he's not on there, he'll probably go to Earth, right? Because he most likely knows that 7-3 was on Earth because he was in Sergamo's army fighting for Moro. So that's the most likely scenario. What's going to be interesting is I went back, and in Dragon Ball Super manga chapter, I believe it was 52, right? That's when we got Piccolo versus 7-3. Those two chapters where we get Piccolo versus 7-3 and Gohan versus 7-3, two of my favorite moments from this arc. I love that. So I went back and we found out that 7-3, he's a being that doesn't have emotions, right? So he's similar to Android 16 in a way back from DBZ. And he was made on a planet where they have advanced science and technology. So this is, I'm gonna throw out a theory here, right? Let me know in the comment section if you guys think, this theory is true or if, it has any merit to it. Like I said, I don't know. This is a speculation. But we know that 7-3, he was created on a planet where they have advanced science and technology. To be able to make a being that can, go around copying other people's powers and use it for himself, I want to know what planet this is. Is this a planet in Universe 7? Is this a planet in a whole nother universe, right? Is, 7-3 from a whole nother universe and, he made his way to Universe 7? We don't know. But, I have a theory that potentially Granola could be one of the scientists that made and created 7-3. That's my theory, right? And he's trying to find 7-3 and, get him back. Because remember, 7-3 doesn't really act on his own will. In a way, 7-3 is kind of a slave. He doesn't have any real emotions, and he basically does the bidding of what people tell him to do. We see throughout the Moro arc, he does what Moro and what Shirakumo tell him to do, like attacking the Z Fighters, copying Piccolo and Gohan's abilities, things like that. So 7-3 doesn't really have a brain for himself. So let's say Granola is looking for 7-3, which is kind of likely, right? We don't know if Granola is a scientist or a martial artist. We don't know anything about this guy. We just know that he's looking for something, most likely 7-3. If he is, indeed looking for 7-3, and he is a scientist, and he goes back to Earth to find 7-3, who it could be either healed, could be regenerated, or it could still be, heavily injured from the battle with Moro. So maybe he comes back and he collects 7-3 to take him back to this planet where he was created to heal him, right? Give him new powers and things like that. That could make 7-3 into a much bigger threat than what he was in the Moro saga. Maybe a bigger threat than Moro was himself. Who knows? Potentially, maybe during the final battle, right? And after Moro was defeated, maybe 7-3 absorbed Moro's powers, permanently, not just for 30 seconds. So maybe, not only does 7-3 get healed and he gets these new powers from these scientists, he also has Moro's powers on top of that. That could be the case. We don't know, right? I know some people are saying this could be a filler arc. At the end of the day, we don't know. This is all speculation. But we do know that 7-3 will have a essential role in the next arc. Because they wouldn't have Yumba asking about 7-3. They wouldn't be showing 7-3 on the battlefield, showing that he survived, if they didn't have plans for him in the next arc. And I'm very excited for it, right? 7-3 doesn't have much of a personality. Like I said, he's similar to Android 16 in a way from DBZ. And since we know that 7-3 was created by a scientist, right, with these copy powers and, all these cool abilities, if Granola is a scientist, that would make him similar to Dr. Gero. At the end of the day, like I said, this is speculation. Maybe Granola is a scientist, and he's, his power is making all these, robotic fighters. And maybe that's going to be the next quest. Maybe Goku and Vegeta, they remain in the Galactic Patrol, and now they have to, go out trying to find the creator of 7-3 and trying to stop his evil ways. Because we know, based off the trailer, there's still evilness that is being done. Like I said, this is the start of a new story. Whatever the plan is for 7-3 in the next arc, I'm very excited to see it. I didn't mind the character at all, right? I did say a couple months ago, I don't know if you guys will remember this, I don't even remember what manga chapter I said it in, but I said, I think there's a good chance that 7-3 does survive the end of this battle. I'm not saying 7-3 would become a good guy, but, I did have a feeling that, they weren't just going to, have 7-3's story end like that. He's a cool character, and having a copy ability like that is something very unique. So, I don't know. I'm personally hoping that we get to see Broly in this arc. I really love Broly. The way he was introduced into Dragon Ball Super in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie was fantastic. And I truly hope that we get to see Broly in whatever this next story is, right? But still, I am excited for it. I love that they're continuing right where the Moro Saga left off. It gives Dragon Ball Super a sense of continuation, even though we know the Dragon Ball Super timeline. But to see the events of the end of an arc follow directly into the next arc, is great. Because mainly when the Dragon Ball Super arc ends, we get a little bit of a time skip, like a couple months or something like that, and then it's right into the next story. But here, the next arc is beginning right as the last arc ended, and I love that. And I'm excited to see what they do. My only request is that we get to see Broly. Remember, we still have the Beerus conversation with the Grand Priest. I was rereading the Moro arc, and I paid attention to the panel where the Grand Priest said, no matter what, I do not wish to lose an angel. Because remember, almost all the angels are the Grand Priest's offspring, right? We don't know if the Grand Priest has, you know, a wife or something like that, but we know that these angels are all his children at the end of the day. And he specifically said to Whis, I do not wish to lose an angel. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Grand Priest reacts to finding out, you know, what happened to Mirrors. And, you know, does Mirrors get punished for this? What's going to happen? I'm very excited to read the end of Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 67 once we get that and see where they're going with this new arc, right? Is Granola some kind of fallen angel? I'm going to say right now he probably isn't, right? But still, we don't know anything. It's just pure speculation. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think. You know, what is 7-3's role in the next arc? You know, is he going to be the main villain? Is he just going to be the setup for something even bigger, right? All we know right now is this, you know, 7-3 is still alive, and there's someone named Granola out there telling the Galactic Patrol, you know, trying to find most likely 7-3. And we know that this arc is called Granola the Survivor. We still have no idea what the survivor part means, right? But still, at the end of the day, I cannot wait to see where they go with this story. I'm going to keep you guys updated like always. But other than that, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think 7-3's role is in the next Dragon Ball Super arc, alright? Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated with everything going on. I'll see you guys later. Make sure to stay safe and healthy. Like, comment, subscribe so you guys don't miss any videos. Like I said, we'll have tons of stuff coming out here with the Dragon Ball Super manga in the next couple days. Other than that, guys, that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace.